Have you ever woken up from a dream that felt vivid, intense, and unforgettable, only to forget it completely just minutes later? You try to hold on to it. You replay fragments. You search for details, but the images dissolve. The story fades, and soon, all that remains is a feeling. Why does this happen? If dreams can feel so real, why are they so difficult to remember? To answer this question, need to look at how memory works in the brain and how dreaming changes that process. When you are awake, your brain constantly records information. Experiences move through a structure called the hippocampus. The hippocampus acts like a temporary storage center. From there, memories are gradually transferred to long-term storage in the cortex. But during REM sleep, the stage where most vivid dreams occur, this system behaves differently. The hippocampus is active, but not in the same way as during waking life at the same time. The prefrontal cortex, the area responsible for organization, logic, and narrative structure, is less active. This creates a unique situation. Dream experiences are generated. Emotion is high. Visual regions are active, but the brain systems that organize and store events are partially offline. It's like watching a movie without properly saving the file. Another key factor involves brain chemistry. During REM sleep, levels of norepinephrine drop dramatically. Norepinephrine plays an important role in alertness and memory encoding. When its levels are low, the brain becomes less efficient at forming stable memories. This means that even though dreams feel intense, the brain may not record them effectively. It's not that the dream didn't happen, it's that it wasn't fully stored. Memory formation also requires attention. When you are awake, you decide what to focus on. Attention strengthens memory encoding. But during dreaming, there is no conscious focus. The brain is generating experiences without deliberate attention. Without attention, memory traces are weaker, and when you wake up, those fragile traces begin to disappear. Quickly, timing also matters. Dream recall is strongly linked to brief awakenings during REM sleep. These are called micro-awakens. They may last only a few seconds. If you wake up during or immediately after REM, the dream is still active in short-term memory. You have a small window to transfer it into long-term storage, but if you sleep through REM and move into another stage, the dream fades before you regain awareness. This explains why people often remember dreams when an alarm interrupts their sleep. It's not the alarm itself that helps, it's the timing. Researchers have studied dream recall extensively. Some people remember dreams frequently, others rarely remember any. Brain imaging studies suggest that individuals who recall dreams more often show slightly higher activity in the temporoparietal junction, a region associated with attention and self-reflection. This suggests that natural variations in brain activity may influence dream recall ability. Dream memory is not random. It may be linked to personality, attention patterns, and even curiosity. Emotional intensity also plays a role. Dreams that contain strong emotions, fear, joy, surprise, are more likely to be remembered. This connects to how the amygdala interacts with memory systems. Emotion strengthens memory encoding even during sleep. Emotion can leave a stronger trace. This is why nightmares are often easier to recall than neutral dreams. But there is another important factor: story structure. Waking memory depends on logical sequencing. Events must connect in a clear narrative. Dreams often lack this structure. Scenes shift suddenly, characters change. Identity locations transform without explanation, without consistent narrative flow. The brain struggles to anchor the memory. It's harder to store something that does not follow logical continuity. Interestingly, keeping a dream journal can increase dream recall over time. Why? Because writing down dreams trains the brain to pay attention to them. It creates expectation. When you expect to remember dreams, your brain may become more responsive to those brief awakening windows. This strengthens recall. It's a feedback loop. Attention improves memory. Memory increases attention. There is also evidence that sleep quality influences dream recall. Fragmented sleep increases awakenings, which increases opportunities for recall, but too much fragmentation reduces overall sleep quality. Healthy sleep balances both deep sleep and REM cycles. Dream recall is not necessarily a measure of better sleep. It simply reflects how memory systems interact with sleep stages. Another fascinating discovery is that forgetting dreams may actually be beneficial. The brain generates enormous amounts of information during REM sleep. If every dream were stored permanently, memory systems might become overloaded. Forgetting may protect mental clarity. The brain filters, it selects, it discards. This selective forgetting may be part of cognitive efficiency. Now, consider this. You dream several times each night, yet you remember only a small fraction. Where do the rest go? They are not stored. They dissolve, but the neural processes that created them still serve their function. Even if you do not remember a dream, memory consolidation and emotional processing may still occur. The function does not depend on recall. There is also a link between dream recall and creativity. People who frequently remember dreams often report higher imaginative thinking. This does not mean dreams cause creativity, but both may involve similar neural flexibility. The ability to shift between associative networks may influence both dreaming and creative thought. So why do we forget our dreams? Because REM sleep alters brain chemistry. Because memory encoding is weaker. Because attention is absent. Because logical structure is reduced. Because recall depends on timing. And perhaps because forgetting is necessary. Dreams are not designed to be perfectly archived stories. They are dynamic, neural experiences. Some remain. Most fade. But even forgotten dreams may shape memory and emotion beneath conscious awareness. Tonight, as you sleep, your brain will create new worlds again. You may remember fragments or nothing at all, but inside your mind. The processes continue, sorting memories, regulating motion, strengthening connections. Dreams may disappear from memory, but their impact does not.